Hi, welcome in Basketball YouTube channel. And I am going to show you kind of what I've been up to lately. I started playing, this is kind of a strange thing, but I'm starting to play every single game of replay in baseball. And I've rushed through replays before, not rushed through them, but I play the Red Sox only. And then I started in '86 with the idea of playing out every single game. And I just loved it. And I go, why didn't I do that for other replays? So that's what I'm doing now. And so I'm going to still have games up here, but I just finished the first day of the 1998 season. And I'm having a blast of playing out every game and kind of going back to history. I've got baseball reference page up here right now. The cool thing about baseball reference, unlike the other websites on the reference pages, they have a this day in history thing, which they football doesn't have. I don't think basketball has either. I know football doesn't have one. But this is what I do. So I go down here to today in baseball history. Okay, and it gives you, today's date's May 6th. Okay. But for my replay, there's a calendar over here, and for 98, March 31st is opening day. And so I go down here and I try to find if any news happened in 1998, and it did. 98 was actually a busy day. So I come down here, I'll make this a little bigger, and here are the stories. So I read this to start off with, and then I um, I kind of go through before I play the day out, and I kind of know what to look for. I know what the storyline is. So the first one is the Devil Rays began their franchise, and they lost to the Tigers 11-6. Wilson Alvarez took the loss. Wade Boggs hit the first home run in Rays history, which I forgot about, and so forth. So in my replay, I go back to this game here, and in this one here, I post this on Facebook. The Tigers won 21 to nothing. 21 and I've been playing this game for a while. That's the most runs I've seen either in a game I've played or a game that I've simmed is 21 runs. So 21 to nothing was the score. They just blasted the Devil Rays. Wade Boggs did not get a hit, didn't get a run. So they're still working with the first, still looking for the first run in Rays history, Devil Rays history. And is it Jason Thompson? Jason Thompson was a distance for the Tigers, but Tony Clark had the big day. He went 5 for 6 with 5 RBIs. Luis Gonzalez 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Joe Oliver 1 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Billy Ripken 1 for 6 with 3 RBIs. It was just crazy, crazy. They had 49 at bats, which is also kind of a big milestone too. 49 at bats in the game. 24 hits. Absolute blowout there. So that's kind of that story there in a nutshell there. So then I go back to 98. The Diamondbacks also opened their franchise in that day. They lost 9-2 to the Rockies. Andy Vettis gets the loss. Rookie Travis Lee got 3 hits. Kareem Garcia hit a home run. Castillo drives in 5 for Colorado. So I go back to that Colorado and Arizona. And in this game here, it was the Rockies winning as well, 7-1. So both the Rays and the Devil Rays and the Diamondbacks lose their first games of their franchise history. Um, this one here, you can see the Diamondbacks got a run. Matt Williams hit a home run. So Matt Williams kind of had in the record book now for the replay, first home run in Diamondback history. Bichette homered for the Rockies. Old friend Ellis Burks homered for the Rockies as well. So 7-1 there. All right. Let's go to the next news story of the day. This one here, the Mets and Philadelphia Phillies National League, the longest opening day game as the New York won 1-0 in 14 innings on a pinch hitter Albert Castillo single. Schilling shut out the Mets for the first 8 innings, only 2 hits while striking out 9. So this is pretty cool. So 14 innings was I think it still is the record for longest game opening day. So I will say that in my replay of this game, this did not go 14 innings. The Phillies won 5-2. Schilling was dominant. He gave up a two-run shot in the ninth inning to Butch Husky. Kind of didn't mean a whole lot, but he was dominant, and the Phillies won 5-2 in this one. Glanville led off the game with a home run, kind of went Dwight Evans style to lead off the game with a home run. Husky homered in the ninth inning with two outs. Kind of a throwaway. Schilling was trying to get the shutout and could not get the shutout there, but Schilling was dominant in this one. Let's take a look down here real quick. He went 9 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, struck out nine, didn't walk anybody. So similar kind of game he had in the real life, but this time the Phillies scored some runs for him. So here's the cool thing. This is why it's fun playing these games, right? This is why we play these games. Baltimore, Kansas City, 2-1 Orioles. Guess what happened? It went 14 innings. It was the first game I played of the replay, and I read this thing beforehand. Hey, 14 inning game is the record, and they go 14 innings. So we didn't get the Phillies and Mets to go 14 innings, but we got the Royals and the Orioles to go 14 innings. So how cool is that? That's cool stuff. All right, next up, Red shortstop Pokey Reese, starting for Barry Larkin, who was injured, commits four errors on his first three chances in the field as the Reds lose their opener 10-2 to the Padres. Of course, the Padres would go to the World Series that year. They're a really good team. So here's the cool thing about this game. Let's go ahead and pull this game open. The Padres win 7-3. Um, Pokey Reese, the first batter of the game, grounds out to Pokey Reese. He makes the play. Good job by Pokey Reese. Steve Finley walks. Finley steals second base. Line out to right field. And then Ken Caminiti hits a ground ball to Pokey Reese. He makes a throwing error, and Finley scores. So Pokey would only make one error in the day, not four, but he makes it in the first inning on his second chance, and it led to the Padres' first one run. The Padres win 7-3 in that one. So that's pretty cool stuff there too. Let's go to, sorry. Let's go back here. Um, Florida Marlins catcher Charles Johnson, who had not committed an error in 172 consecutive regular season games, is charged with one on a wild throw in the first inning. Florida's opening day 11-6 victory over the Cubs. Johnson's a three-run home run and Florida's six-run first inning. To atone for his miscue, the defending champs, who are in the middle of a fire sale, will lose their next 10 games. So let's go to that one there. Marlins and Cubs. And the Marlins will win this game 4-3. Charles Johnson does not make an error in the game. He does not get a hit in this game, but they win 4-3. Sammy Sosa goes 1-for-4 with an RBI double, does not homer. And in real life, he also did not homer in this game. So, of course, that's a story. 98 is Sosa and McGuire. Of course, we don't know this opening day. We know it now, but Sosa's in the home in there. So the Marlins win that game 4-3. And of course, um, they will kind of have that fire sale as well. They're 1-0 this year. We'll see if they lose the next 10 in a row or not. And that one. Let's go next up. Next storyline is over here. Uh, Milwaukee Brewers play their first game as a National League club against the Braves. They lose 2-1. Um, and they're the first team since the inception of the American League to switch leagues. All-time home run fan from Hank Aaron helps to mark Milwaukee's historic return to the NL with a rare on-the-field appearance. So pretty cool that the Brewers open up their National League history in Atlanta against the Braves. They lost 2-1. Let's check out our game and our game and our replay. They lose 11-0. It's actually a close game. The Braves got five in the eighth. They actually got two in the sixth, two in the seventh, five in the eighth. They got 9 runs. It was a 2-0 game for most of the way through. Maddox was dominant in this one. Had a great day. Chipper Jones homered, only homered the game. And Maddox, I believe, goes the distance. He does 9 innings, 4 hits, struck out three, walked one. So a complete game set up for Maddox in that one. and that return for the Brewers. And that's all the storylines in 98. Other thing to look at, of course, is Mark McGwire. In real life, Mark McGwire homered off of Ramon Martinez, I'm sorry, Pedro's brother. And in real life, and in replay, he homers as well off Ramon Martinez. So the home run race right now, after day one of our replay on March 31st, 98, is McGwire with one home run, Sammy Sosa with no home runs. And that's exactly kind of how it is in real life as well. Play of the fan of the game of the game of the day was the White Sox and the Rangers, and that one you can see Tony Clark with the 5 hits as well. You can see Eddie Perez had a big day for the Braves. Maddox up there with a 0.00 ERA, and that's kind of how that is. So you can see some teams do not play, the Red Sox being one of them. And of course, April 1st. And of course, you guys may have seen me pitching with Pedro in 98 before. And I told you before, I kind of got into the mode of playing every game out. So I was like 4 days into my season. Actually, more than that. And I restarted it because I didn't want to go through this. I like the 98 season. It's kind of like the last season. I was 23 then, and it's no more years and stuff, and so it's a cool season to play out. Lots of good storylines. You got a really good card race in the National League. You got Sosa McGuire. You got the Mike Piazza fiasco. Starts with the Dodgers, goes to the Marlins, goes to the Mets. The Mets have a chance at the wild card and don't get it done. And of course, the Yankees for the historic season. So April 1st will be the opening day for the Yankees and the Red Sox. So the Yankees try to get their um, historic season going, 114 wins. You got Clemens for the Blue Jays opening up their season against Bob Tewksbury. Pittsburgh and Montreal open their season up, and everyone will have a game played at least after April 1st. So I'm going to kind of do this each day. I mean, because it will take me a while to play each day, but I'm doing 98, I'm doing 1948, and I'm doing 86. I restarted 86 as well because I started, I came to the idea of doing 86 every team. I started doing the Red Sox and Mets only. So I went back and did that. And so you'll see my updates on 86 as well, and then 48. And it may take me 5 years to play all these, which I don't mind. I really, don't mind the length of it. It keeps me occupied. It keeps me really engaged into the replays because I'm playing every game and I'm having a blast doing it. Before I wanted to kind of get the season over with, get the project over with, but I really like these seasons. 86, 98, 48. I've read books on these seasons. I lived out these seasons. 48, I read Summer of 49, and Summer of 49 has a lot to do with 48 as well. If you read that book, I mean, 48 kind of leads into it, obviously. I mean, but the 48 pennant race between the Red Sox, Indians, and Yankees, and at 49, those teams are in there again. It's Ted Williams' quest for the World Series, the whole deal. It's really his last good team. 1950 is a pretty good team too, but 49 is the last team that really contends. And so 48, 49 is kind of a good way to start off there. And so I really want to play these games out. I know these players, I've read about them or I've watched them play. And so I'm going to do that too. And I'll do a daily update, not daily, but a daily replay update. When I finish a day of this, I'll do a little historical um, kind of reading of what really happened and what happened in ours. My replay, I think it's still pretty cool. I still think the whole 14 inning thing, Orioles and Royals, on 98 opening day and it happening in real life for the Mets and the Phillies is pretty cool. So I'll be back next with the 1948 opening day, which it's only 4 games that day. So I'll get that pretty quick. And then I'll go to 86 and show you that one as well. And I'll keep on doing that. I'll play some games as well. I'll put some games on the channel too. Some of the historic games I'll put on there as well, going through. But I really enjoy playing the games offline and then kind of doing these videos to kind of recap the storylines because really these replays are all about the storylines and it's pretty cool when you kind of intertwine them with what happened in real life with what happened in the replay. So thanks for watching again, guys. For a great day, and I'll talk to you later on.